I remember ringing because one club in London used to have to ring to get in with, and it was really hard to get in with them. And I called, got him on the phone. He's like, right, I'm going to start giving you spots. Started putting the spots down. He's like, there's just been a delivery. And he's like, I'll call you back. And just hung up, and then crates, and I just couldn't get back hold of him. I was just like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
But yeah, so sorry. I've turned the first black guy to get a Ph.D. into me missing out on 300 quid's worth of gigs.
I think that sums up your personality
If you are under any
perfectly.
illusion of my gender or race, that was a giveaway.
The Year Is with Red and Bobby.
Welcome to the Year Is podcast, the podcast where every episode we travel back to a year in history and we talk about the weirdest, the most interesting, and the strangest things from that year. And this is a special episode because it is our...
Year anniversary.
Yes. This
Very
is
good.
The year anniversary. I forgot.
And we've people have stuck with us from the start. We thank you very much.
Well, I don't thank you.
Why not?
I'm doing you a favor.
Okay, yeah.
I'm giving you something for free.
Unless you're part of the Patreon.
Yeah, if you're a Patreon subscriber, which I think after a year, if you're not, and you're just inhaling this for free and listening to a random ad,
Mm-hmm.
that's a bit insulting.
Yep, it is.
Because we want to build, you know?
We do.
We want to go on adventures. We want the patron to fund some historical adventures. But that can't happen.
Until you help us out. Off topic, I heard a quote today I thought was very inspiring.
What was that?
The quote is, you don't have to be faster than the bear. You just have to be not the slowest member of the camp.
I like that, yeah.
You have to be faster than the slowest member of the camp. So you don't have to be the fastest member of the camp. Just don't be the slowest.
Yeah.
And I quite like that. That suits me down to the ground.
Yeah.
I don't be the best, but just don't be the worst. Sort of sit in the middle.
You get eaten by a bear.
Yeah. I also found out that apparently the top athletes put 85% in, not 100%. I saw this on Twitter yesterday.
When they're during competition.
Yeah. Because at 100% you can't focus. 100% is panic mode. So you're not calm. And you don't keep a consistency up because you can't go 100% for the whole 100 meters.
I didn't realize that I was a professional athlete because I rarely give 100%.
No, but you're not meant to give 25%.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like a marathon runner probably gives 25%.
I'd say
at
70.
any point they could run faster.
No, but they're giving 85 because they're using all their tools and they're moderating their breathing and stuff like that.
Sure, but a marathon runner could still sprint at any point. And
Yeah.
they don't because they
They
fuck
burn
up
them out.
their rhythm.
Yeah, and that wouldn't be giving 100%. You're making a bad decision. So
That makes me feel a lot better about a lot of the episodes of this podcast I've done when I've been tired.
Yeah, of
Especially
course.
right after Mabel was born,
Yeah,
where I feel like I was probably giving it was like a training session
Yeah.
for a pro athlete.
yeah. I felt like I was a sleep podcast
Yeah.
in a lot of those, but no. So that's good. Don't worry about being faster than the bear, everyone. Just don't be the slow one who gets eaten.
So out of the three of us, Jody included, we just have to be faster than Jody.
Yeah, basically.
This was supposed to be the week we unveiled Jody's face, but there's been an accident.
Mm-hmm.
Jody sadly was in a forest fire.
He's in a lab.
One of Jody's hobbies is lighting forest fires.
He was melting someone in a bathtub.
Yeah.
Some of the fumes got him in the eye.
Yeah,
which
so
is very sad.
he has bandages on his face this week, so he said he can't reveal his own face this week because of the bandages. He wants to look his best, so we're gonna have to delay again.
Yeah, but it will happen. We've been out a big week. You've been doing a TV show. Can you talk about that?
I can't talk about it specifically until it comes out, but I went to. It was me and Harriet were on a thing together, and we went to Manchester for a night.
Yeah,
Away from the child, which was like a vacation.
And what? So you like go on the internet, arrange to meet someone at like a KFC, and then the person's not. If they're older than you thought they were, and then you're on camera. Is that what the
Well, yeah, I guess you could call it a TV. I don't know. It's more of a YouTube thing when you're on the other side of the camera on pedophile. But like,
yeah,
it's a credit.
yeah, it's a TV.
A lot
credit.
of people are going to see it. That's what I'd say.
Yeah. Mm.
That's if there was a comedian from, I don't know his name.
I do, but I'm not going to say it. I remember that. Yeah.
And he got caught because he was trying to sex a child, allegedly.
Allegedly, caught at KFC.
Was it KFC?
Yeah, he was at KFC.
Well, yeah, that guy. He the pedophile hunters got him because he was talking to them online, thinking they were a kid. You'd think that, like, but whatever. These people they're in their haze of what they're up to. And then he met up with the guy, and in the parking lot. But then it got to the point where people were threatening him because they were live streaming it. So people were showing up to threaten the guy because, he had tried to meet a child. And then the man doing the pedophiling called the police.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was scared for his safety.
He was scared for his safety. He called the police. And he's like, some people are going to get me because I'm a pedophile. Please come soon. And then he kept calling back, like, where are you?
Yeah,
and I was like, that's got to be a...
One minute you're in KFC on a date, the next minute there's a lynch mob surrounding you. So no, that wasn't good. It's sort of, it's that. That's
a prank show nobody's asking for.
Yeah.
A prank show no one's asking for is you show up at a random cafe, start filming a random man, and say, "Are you here to meet Olivia?" And he's like, "Wait, what?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you're pretending to not know. No. We have text messages from you.
Yeah.
You've been texting a child.
Yeah.
And you are here to meet her. And he's like, I'm here to pick up my wife. I'm meeting my wife. And then you just ruin his life.
Well, but they have to be careful, these people, because what if they were like...
And then, weeks later, once he's lost his job, his family's left him, he's staring at a gun in a drawer, you just tweet, prank.
Oh, God.
Prank.
The thing is, though, you could
The
organize
guy was
to
just
meet
going
someone,
to meet his wife. He was being honest.
Organize to meet someone online, and then like you pretend that you're a 15-year-old, you target a paedophile. What if you then like sleep in, and you go, well, meet me at the park tomorrow at this time, and you sleep in, and an actual paedophile gets them? What does that make?
What do you? But
like
they wouldn't
if
send a kid. There's no kid involved, right? There's no real kid.
No,
so
but,
what do you mean a pedophile gets who? There's no one to get.
Oh yeah, no, that's actually true. I didn't even think of that.
There's no one to get.
Yeah,
Red.
no, there isn't.
No,
actually.
it'd just be a guy getting stood up on his date.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is sad.
No.
But
No.
I would say,
So I tell you what I meant is, if you pretend
you're just saying a different thing.
you pretend
now.
to be a 15-year-old kid, you meet the guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you arrange to meet the guy, and he turns up. You don't turn up, but a 15-year-old actually is just there randomly. Is what I mean.
That would be a tragedy.
A disaster.
That would be a tragedy. A disaster.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
I feel like you'd probably set your alarm. Like I never. If I have alarms for like personal, like meeting up with someone, I might sleep through my alarm. I never miss like a work alarm.
Yeah.
Because so I think in the same way.
Well, you can't in that job.
You those people
Imagine
wake
just
up.
groggy eyes. You're pulling up, and you just see this kid getting on the back of someone's bike, and you're like, fuck.
Well, the one thing is, it wouldn't be too early because school. So
no, but this is a
after
skiver.
School is usually when it's happening.
This is a skiver.
Oh, someone's skipping off school.
Yeah,
is that what that
skipping off
means?
School, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that could happen.
Yeah, I remember that show. There was you watched it? Did you watch the original To Catch a Predator? Yeah.
Take a seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
But
he's a piece of shit. Do you know what I mean? Like no one's.
Oh
come
yeah,
out.
yeah. I mean, I'm not. Those. Men...
I liked it when they tried to make a run for it. It's just like so stupid.
Well, you would.
Yeah, but just the faces. Sometimes when they tried to pull it off was quite fun as well. What do you mean? And they're just trying to like style it out.
Did you ever meet people online?
No.
Have you were with Rosie before the apps?
Yeah. I never. But I wasn't even on like MSN and stuff as a kid. Really,
Really, you seem like someone who just would have like swore at people on MSN.
Oh yeah,
for
definitely.
Fun.
Like if there was, I'd go around to mate's house and they had a chat room open. We'd be like, your mum's a, whatever. Yeah, that was always
Great
great
lady.
fun. Yeah, your mums are great. I think YouTube
But
comments.
then
probably used
actually
to do
their
that.
mom was quite emotionally abusive, so
Yeah.
you were gaslighting them.
Yeah.
It was a really odd
Yeah.
strategy.
Your mum's a great lady, so she's right about everything she says about you.
Yeah, and then they'd feel sad inside but
Mhm.
not know what to say.
Mhm.
Yeah, you'd really get them.
Were you a big online user?
Yeah, I'd love to talk to people online when I was a kid. It was a connection, you know?
Who did you get any dodgy ones?
No, I never was. No, I'm too much of a talker for that.
Yeah,
Nobody's.
They go, oh no. Yeah, I can imagine putting you in the back of the car would be a nightmare.
Ah!
Yeah, lots of noise, going for the eyes. It'd be like picking up a fox and trying to take
Trying to fuck this wild fox. It's not going well.
It's just going mad.
Yeah.
I saw a video of a mountain lion stalking someone the other day, and he just pulls out a Glock and shoots at it.
Okay.
But the lion sort of gets deterred a bit, but then starts like running towards him, and he has to shoot again. He doesn't kill it. He doesn't hit it. But it's just fucking terrifying. You know, thank God in this country you can just like I can walk to your house without going, I wonder if I'm being stalked.
There's no predators left.
No, well we had wolves and stuff.
Just
Maybe bears.
Just the men we spoke of. That's
Yeah.
the closest.
That's all we've got. And we're catching them every day on YouTube. Imagine if you put a link to your special. If you like this video, check out my YouTube special, Cockroach, which if you haven't watched is very good.
It is. And you're filming your special. By the time this comes out, you've already
It
filmed.
will have been filmed. So hopefully it goes
What are you
well.
going to call it?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
What's the venue called again?
Aces and Eights.
Live at Aces and Eights.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the worst title I can think of.
I can think of as well. I don't know what to call it. I've got ages, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe something will come about when I do it. But, you know, it's just like, who cares about the title? I always find titles for stand-up really hard anyway. Because it'll be like, ridiculous, infuriating.
And then it's just
You go, what? Shut up.
a person.
Yeah, it's just a person. And adverts for stand-up are always the worst as well.
Yeah, they never just take a great bit.
No.
They just cut between like someone standing on stage going like, "Hey everyone."
Yeah.
And then I said, "Why are you at the store?" And everyone's like, "Ah." And it's like,
and a bald eagle on his head. Arr, arr, arr. And everyone's like, you go, this looks like the worst thing ever.
it's like maybe just take the best bit.
Yeah.
And just that is the
Just go,
advertisement.
like Mickey Flanagan, out. There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, I don't know why. There was a whole thing with the stand-up DVD boom when it was like, new annoying guy with a fucking haircut who you're gonna hate, but we're gonna ram down your throat for the next decade.
Man, I moved here a year too late.
Really? Yeah, you
the
just missed the gold rush.
The year before I moved here, all of these new comedians were getting these DVD deals. Not famous at all. There was this company just throwing them out, and they
Yeah.
get like 30, 40, 50 grand for the idea that once they were famous, they'd record a DVD. Most of them never became famous.
Yeah.
With and so they're just getting fucking piles of cash.
Mm-hmm.
And what was weird about it was it's like, well, obviously once they're famous enough to record a DVD, they'll take the money then.
Yeah,
you don't have to like
yeah.
pre-buy people.
I like the sound of that.
I know, it would have been
We
tasty.
miss all of that because we can't make money really apart from live.
Yeah.
Because Spotify and just YouTube. I don't know how. I heard that David Baddiel said that in 2018 he made £900 from his coming home with the two other, Frank Skinner and the other guy. So between them, that's 300 quid each. Can you imagine how much? Imagine how much you heard that song.
And do people? But where do they put?
They stream it
Yeah,
on Spotify.
just getting nothing.
Nothing. And now most people sing that song and not the whole thing as well.
I feel like every time someone sings it, he should get money.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good. Well, it's like the guy who wrote Happy Birthday. Like, oh, for fuck's sake.
But that's out of copyright now.
Yeah.
So you can sing it. I can sing it right now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, 10 years ago, that would have cost me like literally $25,000.
Well, on this.
Yeah.
do it, yeah.
So if you sing happy birthday anywhere
Yeah.
before the copyright was out, they would just like pay up. That's why in movies, they made up new happy birthday songs.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Sometimes in a movie, they'll sing a different happy birthday song, and that's why, because they didn't want to pay.
Ah. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
interesting.
song was too powerful.
Very interesting.
I imagine being the grandkid of the happy birthday guy, and you're just living in a mansion,
Mm-hmm.
driving a Jag, and people are like, where did you get your money? My grandpa wrote Happy Birthday.
Yeah. Great song, that.
It's annoying. I don't think anyone actually likes that song.
No one enjoys people bringing a cake in a restaurant and singing it.
No.
Everyone hates that. Unless, if you enjoy that, you're a psychopath.
I think that song just got there first.
Mm.
Like, there could be, I'm sure, someone with musical ability could write a better birthday song
Yeah.
than Happy Birthday to You. Happy Birthday to You.
We should shake it up.
Yeah. But then that guy got there first and just pigeonholed the market of Happy Birthday songs.
Yeah.
We need to find a market to pigeonhole.
Funerals? No, there's not really.
Fun funerals.
Abortion song. I don't know. Just some, for an
Well, those
occasion.
are ideas.
Yeah,
We've got ideas.
Occasions.
A new occasion.
Yeah.
Like with De Beers and diamonds,
Divorce.
before De Beers, like 100 years ago, nobody cared about diamonds. Diamond rings weren't valuable. And then De Beers convinced everyone that when you propose, you need to propose with a diamond. That diamonds are forever. That this whole image of diamonds being valuable was created through marketing, and then they could charge a lot of money for it.
Well, I thought, they're rare, and what the twisted thing about diamonds is that it's like the more valuable they are, the more people died to get it. You think that would be the opposite.
Yeah.
But no.
We need to find something where we can create.
Mm.
We can create a need that people don't actually have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, though.
It's not podcasts.
No. That would have been a need. 2005.
Yeah.
That was a need.
We would have killed it.
Okay, well, on that bleak note, we're going to go back.
Happy 1 year anniversary.
I've done the research this week.
Okay.
And we are going back to a year 1895.
Yeah.
So that is 11 years before my grandfather was born. My grandfather was born in 1906. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. Wait, your grandfather, 1906?
Mm.
How old? Is he dead now?
Well, he's either dead or
114.
Yeah,
116.
Yeah. 116. What your eyes did there. I don't know.
I was working it out.
That's why you didn't try hard in school, because every time you think, you blink like that, and everyone in the class will go, "What the fuck is wrong with this kid?" It's
I
like
was doing maths.
when I do math, I blink. I'm like, stop it, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Okay.
So, 1895. Yeah, I just thought it was a fun year. We were talking about inventions.
Yeah.
In 1895, Konstantin Tsiolkovsky proposed the space elevator.
What's that?
Oh, yeah, you're not a sci-fi guy. So the space elevator is a concept.
So it's not real, yeah.
No, it's not real, but
No.
it's a great concept. It's a concept that will exist at some point on Earth.
Yeah.
Where they build an elevator that goes to space.
Mm-hmm.
So you just build a giant structure that goes straight up, and then on that elevator, then you can get anything to space without rocket fuel.
Okay.
It's a great
So you
concept.
literally could just sort of hand on the handrail and you just go up to Mars.
No, not Mars, just space. Earth.
Yeah.
Like around into Earth's orbit.
Yeah.
Because like it's not like I'm looking up how far to space. 62 miles. So
It would take ages.
it would take ages, but you think of a bridge, there's bridges that are
Yeah.
that long.
Yeah.
It's just a bridge that goes up. And if they did it, then they could get anything to space real easily. And like lots of shit to space, and you could build more in space. That's the idea.
Yeah, okay. It's a good idea.
It's a great idea. This guy's
It's a concept. I've got a concept. A great white shark with a motor in it that takes you to space.
Okay, no.
Should we put that on Wikipedia? I just thought that up.
A space elevator is a great concept.
It sounds like something Elon Musk does. He's like, I'm going to make this and actually just buy Twitter. You know? Stick to the space thing. And so what, is he like a fictional writer then, I suppose?
Yeah, he was just a guy, a Russian dude.
Yeah. And
And
so we all sit there and you go, all right, I'm going to take up these hammers and nails. You bring the planks.
He was one of the founding fathers of rocketry and astronauts. So his work inspired Soviet rocket engineers who contributed to, like, he just had all these concepts.
Yeah.
like, this is how we could go to space.
Yeah.
And then, like, a generation later, people were like, oh, okay, yeah, let's try what he said.
Let's actually make it.
So somebody has to have the idea. Like,
yeah. I
like-
think a concept and like an actual plan and idea are two different things, though, aren't they?
yeah, but without the but that's
Yeah.
again, you got to get in there with a concept first.
Okay, but what if you say, I've got a concept, cure for cancer that works 100% of the time, and then someone invents it? Was that yours?
Yes, you're a part of it. Someone says, well, I wouldn't have thought of it without that guy saying it.
I want to be able to read minds.
Well, a bit more specific would be like using the immune system to fight cancer.
Yeah.
Which is now a thing they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody hadn't thought, what if we tried to use the immune system to fight cancer? It might not be that person's research
Of course,
that gets there, but he thought of the idea.
Yeah.
So right now, people get cryogenically frozen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone thinks they're fucking idiots.
Are people actually, I thought that was just in Demolition Man.
No.
People are actually doing that.
I'm not saying we're going to be able to bring them back to life. They're just dead, frozen bodies. We're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Those people probably aren't coming back to life. But they have discovered that if somebody has like a critical gunshot wound, right?
Mm.
If they make them really fucking cold,
Yeah.
it kind of freezes the cells
Mm-hmm.
for like an hour, and it can be the difference between them living and dying from a critical wound.
No, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just pour ice on people if he's been shot.
I don't think it's that easy.
If I'm walking along later in Camberwell and someone gets shot, I'll just run into Co-op, come out with bags of ice, apply them quickly.
Again, I don't know if you're the guy.
No, I don't think
the
I should be.
action guy
I
here.
don't think I should be the guy to do it. Yeah. So you could do like face-off situations, we cut each other's. I was thinking if me and you did a face-off, it just wouldn't make any difference much to our lives. You know what I mean?
If we traded faces.
Yeah, people just go, fuck off.
I think our personalities are interchangeable enough.
Yeah, it wouldn't be people just go, oh, it's you. And you go, no, it's, and you go, cool, still not allowed in. I miss the 90s movies like that when they did a lot of that stuff,
Oh, there's a new body swap family movie coming. Everybody swaps bodies. I just read about it.
Okay. We were talking about this the other day because I worked on that French one.
Yeah. I love body swaps. We all love body swaps, but like...
It's a genre that for some reason keeps going.
Yeah, body swap incest is like the weirdest thing.
It's what everyone wants to see.
Nobody wants to see it.
Yeah. I saw some tweet the other day. This guy said, what was it? It's like, oh, yeah, your mother's personality goes into your girlfriend's body, vice versa. Which one do you sleep with to get them back to normal?
That's a great...
That's a real question. That's what we should ask people who are like running for president and prime minister and stuff like that. The real questions.
Okay.
What would you do, Keir?
Girlfriend's body. Mom's personality.
Oh, God, yeah.
Wait, you say yeah, I said you agree?
Yeah, I think so.
So, but you then are having sex with your own mother.
I don't know. It was one of those ones you just
and she'll
skip.
say things your mom would say to you
No,
while it's happening.
Stop it, Bobby.
But she would, like...
I shouldn't have brought this up.
You're being a good boy. You're doing what you have to do.
Oh, God.
You brought it up, not me.
I did bring it up. Yeah. No, you'd have to. But someone like Trump would just ace that question. He'd just say, what's it? His daughter's Ivanka, isn't it? It was not, yeah. Ivanka, because she's so hot. He'd say something really honest and disgusting.
Yeah.
Ivanka, Melania's brain, Ivanka's body, because Ivanka's younger, but Melania knows what I like. And you'd be like, oh my God. Disgusting.
Wait, what's your answer, though?
I've just said it. Jody, what would you do?
No, we don't. Jody would cut off his mom's head, sew it to his girlfriend's body, so that both of them could be involved.
No.
Well, I don't have a girlfriend, so it would just be me having sex with my mum.
And fair enough, Jody.
Okay, Jody. It's
2022. I don't think anything should be frowned upon
in this
anymore.
hypothetical, you have a girlfriend, Jody. We're imagining a world where what's sad about this is Jody can imagine a world where personalities swap between bodies, but he can't imagine a world where he has a girlfriend.
No, that is very true.
Oh.
This was shared in private, Bobby, and now you just like let out all my secrets on the podcast.
Yeah, he confided in you, and then it's just...
I did. What did you confide? What did you confide? Wait, Jody, how are the burns from the forest fire?
Yeah, they're very, very painful. I'm going to have to go back to King's in a little bit.
Skin graft.
Yeah.
When every time you make him cry, Bobby, it stings his
Yeah,
face.
they're gonna have to take skin from Jody's like parts he doesn't use, like his penis and balls, and put it onto his face. And Jody will just say, "I don't need these anyways. I don't have a girlfriend." And they're like, "Yeah, you might get one." He's like, "I don't need them. Just put my balls on my face so people think I look nice."
The doctors were even just like insisting I not leave, but like you were like, no, he's got to do the podcast.
Yeah,
That's true.
Need to do the podcast. I'm not
I
sure.
called and talked to them. I said, "Guys, this is important. We won't show his face out of respect for how good he could look without these burns."
Yeah. No, of course. So this guy's full of theories. He comes up with some great concepts.
The space elevator, but he came up with,
Why
He
not the
developed
spaceship? I'd rather go up in a spaceship than a space elevator.
Yeah, but every time you go up in a spaceship, you have to tie rockets to the ship, which is a lot of fuel.
Yeah, I don't know if they tie them.
Well,
I like to think it's
attached.
welded on. Yeah.
He also came up with a theory of like rockets taking spaceships to space. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is.
Without him, how would we,
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's just got those big ideas. It's just I like the people who actually go, well, this is how it's going to be done,
Yeah.
Because we can all say stuff willy-nilly. I was in Switzerland last week, sorry.
Okay.
A lot of innovation there. There's a lot of money in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Yeah, they enjoy the cash.
I've never heard anyone say that before.
No, it's not. I thought it would be like, a third world country. It's not.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you take all of the worst people in the world's money and hide it for them, it's quite profitable.
Yeah, I thought Switzerland was just next to Cambodia.
Yeah.
But it's in Europe.
Okay.
But they're not part of the EU. No, it's just like we have Greg's. They've got watch shops. The watch is like £25,000.
Yeah.
And no one steals anything. It's insane. But yeah, there's just a lot of their stuff just seems more like high tech and functioning than our stuff, And they've got these things called trams.
Yeah.
Which are a mix of bus and a train put together.
They have those here in Croydon.
They have trams here.
They have them in
my
Croydon.
Goodness me, really?
Ritz.
I genuinely didn't know.
Yeah, they have those in Croydon.
Why did I go to I could have gone to Croydon for my experience.
Yeah.
They sell watches there as well. I just don't think they're as real as the ones in
Well,
Switzerland.
they're real. They're just not necessarily made by the people that the brand logo says.
And I
they're
wouldn't
made by.
use them as an indication of what time it is.
No.
But no, it just sort of like there's a lot of it's weird. They just sort of seem to they don't let anyone in, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I don't think they've let people in for a few hundred years. This is the thing.
Yeah.
It's a very white place. And everyone seems to the minimum wage there is $3,500 a month.
That's high. But
Yeah.
I guess it is relative to how much things cost.
A bottle of water in the airport was 7.5 francs, which is about £6, and that's a small.
Well, yeah. So
bottle
then
of
you
water.
take that $3,500 and
Yeah,
divide it
and
by
basically
2.
you're earning like £6 an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's an interesting place. Yeah, I think they've still got a lot of. It's just weird how they managed to go, hey, we're the guys that don't fight,
It's a great attitude.
Let us
to
hold
have.
your wallets. I'll take a $5 from each guy's wallet while you will beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah. They never.
Can we just, and I kind of respect that. I don't know
think
how
there's
they've
other-
managed it.
There's other money countries like Luxembourg
Yeah.
or like the Guernsey. I think all the money countries should have to fight each other.
Yeah.
Like you just get an army of hundreds of bankers and they have to beat the fuck out of each other and the winner gets the other's money.
Yeah.
I'd be up for that. I want to see that.
But I'm not even sure do the Swiss have an army? They've got Swiss Army knives.
No,
I'm
exactly.
Not sure about
They
that.
don't have an army. That's what I'm saying.
That's why they all need the Swiss Army knife. If you get invaded, you pull out a little magnifying glass
so
and
all
burn the
of
opposition.
the tax
Yeah.
evasion destinations send their bankers to a field, and then the bankers just fight each other with
Yeah.
their fists, and the winner gets the other's money.
But we've obviously all gone, let's let there be one place that's safe that we don't fuck with, you know?
Yeah.
And it is a weird place. Like, they haven't been invaded for ages, you know? It's just sort of like, they're recession-proof.
If Putin invaded Switzerland,
Mm-hmm.
I would kind of just be like, props to you. And he's like, yeah, I'm a trillionaire now.
Yeah. I have all the money in the world. Well, you know when Saddam started going for Kuwait, if he'd have taken Kuwait, which he would have without, you know,
Intervention.
he would have had 1/10 of the world's wealth.
I get why they stopped it.
Yeah. That's like giving a kid the keys to the chocolate
Yeah.
factory.
I really get why they were like,
Yeah.
okay, no,
no, you can't have that. That's too much money for you, Saddam. You naughty boy. I saw
1/10.
I saw a YouTube comment. Jody's probably seen it. On one of our videos, and they said, "I'm conflicted about it." Did you see this? I'm conflicted about the podcast because I love Bobby, but Red is intolerable. And I went for a steam after seeing it because there was a steam room in the hotel room when I was doing gigs in Switzerland, and I was sitting in the steam room, and I just said out loud, "Just intolerable." No, or was it insufferable? I can't remember. But I was like, I get if you like barely tolerable, fine. Do you know what I mean? But insufferable. But then he loves you, so it must be he must listen to this podcast. And when you speak, he's like, "Oh yeah," and then I talk, he goes, "Ah." It's like being in a shower when it's hot and cold, you know.
But we're assuming it's a man. I would lean towards it being a woman.
Well, no, it's a man's name.
Yeah, but I've met a lot of women with men's names, and I feel like I have a certain charm with women that you
Yeah.
might lack.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's a woman who's scared of a free man, who's a high-value man, you know?
Usually those women have blue hair and their fathers left very early.
She knows that I've done Cobra Tate's Hustlers University, and she's terrified of it.
No, I don't think she knows what that means.
No, probably not. But no, it's just such a, like... Because in the episode before, I said, people who comment are, like, losers. And then someone commented saying... But they'd gotten involved. It's like, no, that's fine to get involved and comment on the episode. But if you just go, I think you're a piece of shit. You know?
We need their comments.
We
Listen,
do need the comments.
comment.
But nice ones. And if you're going to slag someone off, make it Bobby. Because
No.
you know when I first read it, I thought he was slagging you off. I was so happy for a second. And then it was me, and I was really upset.
Tell us, if you're going to comment. Tell us what's wrong with Red specifically.
Oh,
Be
no,
more
don't-
specific.
I've got a taping in 2 days. I need as much confidence as I've got. It is a funny one. Because I sort of, when I first read it, I thought, if I saw this guy in the sauna, I'd kill him.
Just like the end of Eastern Promises.
Yeah, just face in the fucking coals.
Yeah.
No, it's just I thought it's funny that he loves you so much, and I just thought, is there a way around that, Jody? We can do a button where it's just Bobby talking, and then is that possible?
In
For this man?
1895, W.E.B. DuBois became the first African American to receive a Ph.D. from Harvard University.
Yeah, okay,
I gotta say,
that's incredible.
that's incredible. Think of how smart that guy had to be.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
battle that much fucking racism and
Yeah.
go to Harvard with a bunch of like rich, racist cunts.
For like, they probably tested him for like 3 weeks, and then finally they went, all right, fuck it, we got to let him in.
Yeah, that perseverance.
What did he write? He wrote a famous book, didn't he? I know.
That's a big question.
It is a big question, and it deserves a big answer. That's what I say when I'm stalling and I don't know the answer to something.
I don't think he did write a big book. Well, he might have wrote a big book.
No, I know about him. I know of his name from my
You know of his name. Novels.
yeah, from my sort of my historical, travels.
He wrote like 50 books.
Yeah,
he
see?
was a really
Told you.
impressive guy.
Yeah, there was one.
Obviously, this guy was a fucking achiever and a genius, and that's so incredible. But
What was he wrote? He wrote my favorite Ford Motors and where to find them.
I don't. No, he wrote.
Ample bosoms. The sex novel.
No.
He didn't. No, I just know.
Wrote a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he must have really had a shitter. I bet you there were so many sort of dumb white kids who had rich parents who mocked him,
Yeah, like all of them. Fucking-
Yeah, all of them.
Like people always talk about like, well, you're a white man. And it's like I've faced no discrimination, and I'm fucking lazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what you're saying, like,
If there were more barriers,
oh
I
God,
would have done nothing.
yeah, and also almost love the barriers because they're an excuse.
Yeah. Well, even if I want a gig and someone's like, "Oh, you have to call that guy instead of emailing him," I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh, looks like I'm not doing that gig."
Well, you know, there's the downstairs at the King's Head, and I've never done that gig. It's a huge, well, it's a staple of the London circuit. The reason I've never done it, you have to call before 11 o'clock on a Monday, and I've never done it ever. Have you?
Yeah, I've done. I know Peter. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
cool. He just likes to be called.
Yeah, and it's 11 on Monday.
Yeah.
Never done it.
No.
Ever. I remember ringing because one club in London used to have to ring to get in with, and it was really hard to get in with them. And I called, got him on the phone. He's like, right, I'm going to start giving you spots. Started putting the spots down. He's like, and there's just been a delivery of beers to the club, or like drinks and crates. And he's like, I'll call you back, and just hung up, and then crates, and I just couldn't get back hold of him. I was just like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
But yeah, so sorry. I've turned the first black guy to get a PhD into me missing out on 300 quid's worth of gigs.
I think that sums up your
If
personality.
you are under any
perfectly.
illusion of my gender or race, that was a giveaway. Yeah,
Yeah, this guy fucking achieved.
a shitload. At that time, it's insane. There was a load of boxers around that time as well. Jack Johnson, famous boxer, who I always thought the amazing movie could be made about him. Guess what happens? Week later, film coming out about him.
But that's what I'm talking about. Concepts.
I know.
You had the concept.
Of course.
Someone should make a movie about Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
I've also had that concept.
World War II.
when I read
was
about
like,
him.
make a movie about this. You know?
Yes.
Guess what happens?
But you didn't action the concept of Jack Johnson,
No.
right?
Didn't know. There was another guy called Sam something. I can't remember his second name. Brilliant boxer, black guy. But so they wouldn't let them fight white guys, and so there's all these white champions who like refused to fight the black guys, and like so just like being a white heavyweight at the time, you're just like fighting each other, and then these white guys started to go, oh, we'll fuck them up, and it just like Jack Johnson like smashed people and used to date white women and stuff, and was just a
great guy.
Great guy. And you're like not meant to smile when you beat white guys and stuff. And he had like gold teeth and stuff, and used to just grin and gloat and stuff like that, and like wind up. So there's like riots at all of his fights. But their fights used to be like till someone stops, and they go on for like 2 hours.
I wish boxing was still like that, because I fight heavyweight boxing now.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like you're in round 11. And it's
Yeah.
like, this is so tedious.
Why?
Because they're just slow. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want them to try to end it.
Yeah.
And I feel like if it went on longer,
Oh, we get nasty.
maybe because then they're not trying to run out the clock and win
Yeah.
on points. There's no winning
But
on
they
points.
would conserve their energy more.
Maybe.
You know,
So it'd
there's
be a
probably
worse
lot
fight.
of this going on for ages.
Are you going to watch Fury?
Chisora.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I will. A lot of boxing fans are like, you got to boycott this because they have fought twice already. Fury's beaten him, twice really easily. 6 years ago. Chisora's way older than he was then. It's a pointless fight,
Chisora's 88.
basically. And so I don't think I will.
But-
Well, I will. I will end up paying for it, but I don't want to.
But I think it's like just Fury giving Chisora some money.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
He's just like, hey, you want some money?
But it's just sort of like you're just scamming the paying public, really.
Yeah. Even their like, they said in their, what's it called when they meet up before the fight?
Pre-match press conference.
Yeah, the press conference. They were like, they said, okay, they agreed. They were just going to stand toe to toe in the first round.
But they're like tickling each other. It's so stupid.
it was like, you really like each other.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
fake it a little?
Well, like Chisora went to his birthday party. You know what I mean? It's just it's ridiculous. And so Chisora's going to make like $4 million, which he deserves. You know, he's put in some great fights over the years. By the time this comes out, England will have played Senegal as well. We'll know about the World Cup.
I have no feelings.
You don't care, do you?
I'm boycotting.
You boycotted every World Cup.
I'm boycotting this one because the Qatar.
Yeah.
I boycott the other ones because I hate football, but now I have a reason to do it.
You had
That's
Chesney
moral.
Hawks come on in the half time last night and sing.
Who?
Chesney Hawks.
Don't know who that is. I'm boycotting that person
You know
now.
the song, I am the one and only.
Nope.
You can't take that. He's like a sort of one hit What has he got more than one hit?
No, he's a one-hit wonder. It's an
Yeah.
absolute classic.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's an absolute.
It is an absolute classic.
Okay, sorry, Jody, but
Jody's
it's like
burns are affecting his memory.
it's a dance. It's like a shit wedding song or whatever. I don't know what it is. It's one of those songs you hear when you'll hear like, "Is this the way to Amarillo?" And you kind of know Chesney Hawkes is coming at some point after that.
Okay.
But no one's heard from him for ages, and suddenly he's just in Dubai singing at half time. And then someone
You
on
mean
his gig
Qatar?
list, sorry, in Qatar, singing at half time.
Dubai.
And in his gig list, his next gig is in Butlins, and he's in Butlins and somewhere else, like Shoreham on Sea. And it's just like that's such a weird, like he's just on the pitch. You
I
know?
like
It's
it.
just amazing.
I can't watch because I'm boycotting.
Yeah, no,
because
fair
of how
enough.
they treat the migrants and
Mhm.
gay rights in Qatar and
Yeah,
women in Qatar.
but you are doing a gig there next month.
Well, that's different because it's a private function.
Yeah, and it's for the king only.
Well, not that he's a great. The king's trying to change things, but
Yeah.
so I'm gigging for the reformers of Qatar,
Yeah. Mm.
who are the people in power upholding the laws, but they told me in the email they want to change.
Reform takes a long time.
And there was a number attached to this gig that was hard to refuse.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I've asked David Beckham to open for me. I don't know if he's going to do it or not. Just try stand up.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to outrun, you don't have to be faster than the bear. That's what we've always said on
You
this
know-
podcast.
How depressing it is. Like, any celebrity could make more doing stand up than we do by just saying they're going to do it.
Mhm. Well, it's like with with Jake Paul in boxing. He's
Yeah.
like, I make more than the pros. And you're like, yeah, but if Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton said they were going to fight, that would sell out.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're good at boxing. So, yeah, anyone, like, name someone shit.
Do you
Brian Adams,
do you think-
instantly sell out more venues than us.
Do you think Jake Paul will ever fight someone who beats him, or is he just going to keep picking opponents?
I think what will happen is he will build and build and build, and then it will get out of hand, and then someone's going to beat him.
But he always picks like 55-year-old MMA
He can't-
fighters who can't punch.
He keeps kind of leveling up, and
Yeah.
he will level up too much soon, and then someone's going to break his eye socket, and we'll get the image we all want to see, which is his brother cradling him in the ring, and him going, "Actually, I'm not as tough as I thought I was.
I'm going to go back to YouTube.
I'm going to go back to waking up my dad." And filming it, got ya. It's a weird world we live in, where like Jake Paul and Logan Paul are some of the biggest stars, and being famous is being hated in a way. It's like you just sort of, that was a real take from reality TV,
Yeah.
And wrestling, maybe they got it from wrestling, but like that sort of, that I don't remember that existing in society, where it's like you have like Piers Morgan or
The heel.
the heel, Katie Hopkins, Jake Paul.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think that.
It didn't seem to be around. I don't remember. I remember you like wanted people to like you.
I'd like to become a heel.
Mm. But now you're a clickbait of a person, So really what we need to do is start, I don't know, we've said this many times, but say more provocative things. Either go far left or far right.
Or far gross.
Yeah.
I'll just show you videos of genocides and you react.
I go, oh,
Yeah, you can.
ow.
I'd like.
10 worst genocides reaction video. But that seems what works. Whereas we're just sat here just trying to make art.
Yeah.
And no one likes art anymore.
I wouldn't say anything we do is art.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was art. I've got a feeling.
You wouldn't be surprised if it was.
What else happened that year then, Bobby? Let's paint a canvas for our listeners.
Actually, this one makes me quite angry because I've never successfully used one of these, and every time I do, I just put a fucking hole in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
The world's first portable handheld electric drill was developed by Wilhelm and Karl Fein in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you.
I know, they're so hard.
Fuck you. What they should have done was invented the drill but said this can only be used by professionals.
Mhm.
So none of us regular fucking people have to get the drill and be like, oh, it's just a screw in a wall. You just put a fucking tiny hole in and then put the thing in and then put the screw in. It's never that easy.
Every time the drill goes one way, the nail goes the other. It spins out of control. I get burn on my hand from the
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's bad.
You've been pressured by someone else
Mm-hmm.
to do it because, you know, she says you're fucking lazy, you never do anything, you just need to put up this picture.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, I'm going to do it. You know she can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So then you decide, all right, fine, I'll put up the picture. You put up the picture, and then now the picture still isn't up and there's a hole in the wall. Or you hang the picture, and less than a day later, the screw falls out of the wall, the picture smashes on the ground, and then you're like, see? Why didn't you just accept we're not picture-hanging people? That's not what we do.
Fast Rabbit. You used them before? They come round, they drill it in.
TaskRabbit.
TaskRabbit. Fast Rabbit.
You said it so confidently. Fast Rabbit. Obviously, task is it's.
I know, Fast Rabbit makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. I've got.
Why are you? What?
It's good you're not naming companies.
Yeah, well, it's Fast Rabbit. What we do is we come round with a rabbit and we let it leg it round your house for an hour, and then you pay us £50. I was working on a renovation of a pub. This guy from my school owns loads of pubs. We started with one, and now it's a multi-million-pound empire, like genuinely.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is when I was doing comedy and still doing another job, and I was helping do it up. But I was like, I don't know anything about that. So I was with all these builders. Some of them I know from school. One of them, the top builder, was a complete tosser, and I remember like trying to use the drill and him just being like, mate, it's fucking embarrassing that I didn't. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I don't like know how to drill in a painting. That just didn't happen in my life, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember getting like going, oh, my shoes are fucked. I need to clean them because I did top secret that night. I was doing a gig, and he was like, just tell the audience you've been doing a real job. And I was just like, oh, someone's angry.
Yeah.
So do you listen to music ever? Do you watch films? You prick. Can't remember his name. I would name him on the pod, but he's probably somewhere else with his little ruler, surrounded by sawdust, and just fuming that he didn't take that creative writing course or whatever it is that was deep in his heart. Become a rapper, I don't know.
In 1895.
Yeah.
All right, by the way, guys, check out our new podcast launching next week called Petty Grievances, where Red Richardson every week rants about a man who once said, you don't know how to use a drill? In that tone of voice. And then Red turns it into, you don't know how to use a drill? Like somehow his tone of voice is manipulated into him being a horrible monster.
He was evil.
You were probably fucking useless the whole day, too.
And that
By
man,
the end of what you left in was him saying, just tell him you did a real day's work for once. But what you left out was the full day where he had hired and paid you, and you had not achieved any of the tasks he was paying you for.
Wasn't his money.
And you were just like making him do twice as much work because you were doing fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And then he said one comment, and you latched onto it so he could be the villain in this situation. Not a man who accepted a day of work when he had no intention of doing it. In 1895, American frontier murderer and outlaw. That's never what you want your title to be.
I quite like that.
Frontier murderer and outlaw.
Frontier outlaw is good.
Yeah, murderer being before outlaw is not great. John Wesley Hardin is killed by an off-duty policeman in a saloon in El Paso, Texas.
Okay.
Ah, man. If you kill an outlaw, that's a good day. Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm listening to a podcast on like
Wait. I said the guy's name.
James Harden.
I have to go get the door. There's someone at the door.
Welcome to the Red and Jody show. Every week we have a good time. No one gets abused. Yeah.
Calm down. All right, I'm back.
Bobby's back.
John Wesley Hardin. He killed his first man at the age of 15. Claiming it was self-defense, but 15.
Yeah.
27 years ago. That was like 30 now.
Yeah.
If you met a 15-year-old from 1895 right now, you'd be like, wow, what the fuck happened to you, man who's clearly in his 40s?
Even like the noughties or 90s, you know?
Yeah.
Like, They're like, Chandler was 24.
Yeah, but he was like, he
was on crack.
Yeah, whatever he was up to.
I like when he was like, you say recently in his book, he goes, why do all the great thinkers like River Phoenix and Heath Ledger die when Keanu Reeves is still alive? And you're like, once Keanu Reeves is like known as the nicest guy in show business.
Yeah, the nicest man in the
and
world.
two, you're Chandler from Friends. You're hardly fucking, you know what I mean, Chaucer or fucking Charles Bukowski.
You're not better than Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
If anything, you're in the same club as
Yeah,
Keanu
you really
Reeves.
are. Like,
have some self-awareness.
you're sort of easy watching trash merchant.
Yeah.
And like, you don't fucking shit on your own, buddy.
Yeah. Then he had to apologize for wishing death upon Keanu Reeves.
As if he's
What
John
a funny
Lennon. You know what I
apology.
mean? It's fucking terrible, yeah. You're not Kurt Cobain or whatever. He didn't move the envelope. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
So he shoots this guy,
Yeah. Well, at 15, he shot a guy. Then he was just pursued for years.
and that's his life.
And by the age of 23, he was sentenced to 24 years in prison.
Mm-hmm.
At the time of his sentence, he claimed to have killed 42 men.
Why would you claim that? You'd say you killed none.
While contemporary...
I don't think he gets how court cases work.
yeah. He was like, I've killed 42 people. They're like, okay, yeah, we think we're just going to keep you.
There's a thing called a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Newspapers could attribute 27 deaths to him.
Mm.
While in prison, he studied law and wrote an autobiography.
Fair enough.
He was known for exaggerating or fabricating stories about his life and claimed credit for many killings that cannot be corroborated.
Yeah.
And then he was released in 1894, 22 years. So he was alive for 23 years,
Yeah.
then spent 22 years in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Then he got out. And then
What?
he was killed.
They let him out after he killed 27 people.
Yeah.
And he's at the saloon. It was a nice life back then, in a brutal way, but there was no, like, you have to worry what everyone else was doing. You know, it's just the wind in your hair, gun in your pocket, horse.
So what happened was an El Paso lawman, John Selman Jr., arrested Hardin's acquaintance and part-time prostitute, the widow
Acquaintance and part-time prostitute.
M. Rose.
So when he was doing well, she didn't have to do it.
Yeah. Well, once in a while, you gotta take one for the
It
team.
wasn't as much in the safe as I thought, so suck him off.
Arrested for brandishing a gun in public. Hardin confronted Selman and the two men argued. Some accounts state that Hardin pistol whipped the younger man. Selman's 56-year-old father, Constable John Selman Sr., and former outlaw himself, approached Hardin on the afternoon of August 19th, 1895, and the two men exchanged heated words. That night, Hardin went to the Acme Saloon where he began playing dice. His last words were 4 6s to beat. Shortly before midnight, Selman Sr. entered the saloon, walked up to Hardin from behind, and shot him in the head, killing him instantly.
Wow.
As Hardin lay on the floor, Selman fired 3 more shots into him. He was buried the following day in Concordia Cemetery in El Paso. Selman Sr. was arrested for murder and stood trial. He claimed self-defense.
Oh my! Shooting someone in the back of the head is not.
If anything, it's a preemptive
Yeah.
strike. They didn't have that term back then. I think they thought of that during the Bush years.
Well, that's like one better than him being asleep when you shoot him. You know.
He stated that he witnessed Hardin attempting to draw his pistol upon seeing him enter the saloon, and a hung jury resulted in him being released on bond pending a retrial. However, before the retrial could be organized, Selman was killed in a shootout with U.S. Marshal General Scarborough during an argument following a card game. What a violent life.
Yeah, that really is.
What
And 23 years in jail
Yeah.
for 27 murders. That's like 7 months per person.
Yeah. No, he said 42.
Yeah. But I love that he told them it was 15 more. And they're like, I'm not sure about that. The thing is, though, in those times, you could really make up your own legend. And I hate when historians go back and go, he wasn't actually that cool. And you go, just leave it. Let it. They go, he's actually like 4 foot tall and had a micro penis. Just stop.
Yeah, he worked hard to be remembered that way.
He lied a lot. And he did some of it, but he lied a lot. Let it live, you know? Yeah, I'm listening to a Wild West podcast, and it's sort of like, they talked about the first duel and stuff like that, where just pistols drawn. And this guy who's called Wild Bill, he was about to be in a shootout. the guy had his gun out, pointed at him. He's banged to rights, and he just looked behind the guy as if there was someone coming up behind him and went, "Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't worry, I'm sorting it, I'm sorting it." And the guy turned around, he pulled out his gun and shot the guy. No one behind him. And that was how one of the first duels ever was won, which I respect a lot.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the fastest bear. No, you don't have to be faster. You don't have to be faster than the bear. That's a huge example of that.
And on that exciting note, I think it's time we leave.
Yeah, you as well.
Thank you to our super genius patrons, Matthew, Spencer, Christopher, we still love you. Thank you to our listeners. Thank you to our patrons. Thank you to Jody. We wish his burns heal quickly so that someday he can be revealed. And
if you are a Patreon member, tune in. We got a brilliant episode this week.
We haven't recorded it yet. We're hoping.
Don't say that.
Well, we do.
But that's going to entice the people who haven't paid into paying. Never mind. See you next week.
Goodbye.
That was another episode of The Year Is. Thank you very much for listening. Please like and subscribe. Leave us a review. It all helps. I'd like to thank our producer, Jody. And also I'd like to thank Josh Weller for our intro music and song. It's very catchy. It's very nice. I'm sure you will enjoy it at the beginning. So big thanks for Josh Weller. He's on Instagram at Josh Weller. Josh Weller. Follow him and keep spreading the word of The Year Is. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.